Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Reactor, and this is Quinn. And today's article comes from FoxNews.com, and it says U.S. Mexico agree on plan to handle migrant caravan from Central America. So this is talking about there's a bunch of migrants from Central America who said that they're gonna march to America and take citizenship or something.
Like just this huge convoy caravan of people.
There's like a big deal about it.
Yeah, okay.
Trump said if Mexico lets them get to the U.S. border, he's cutting off aid and stuff like that.
Okay.
Or he's going to put the military at the U.S. border and stop them from getting in himself. So it's a big thing.
Okay.
Yeah. U.S. and Mexican officials have agreed on a plan to handle the approaching migrant caravan making their way up from Central America, a senior administration official told Fox News on Thursday. Under the deal, which was developed over the course of several months, Mexico requested that the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees establish shelters along its southern border with Central America, the official said. Mexican ambassador to the U.S., Geronimo Gutierrez, elaborated on the request during an interview on Fox News. Special report. Oh, maybe we can watch that. Just today, the Mexican government, and this is a very important step, requested the intervention of the UN, the Office of the High Commissioner of Refugees, to help Mexico review any asylum claims from the members of the caravan, Gutierrez said. That will allow us to have a process by which, in our border, we will make sure that of serving human rights, respecting international law. If there are legitimate claims to refugee, those can be processed in a very clear way. So this plan was months long. They planned it for months, to stop the caravan. So was the caravan planned for months? Or was everyone just sitting there going, all right, we're gonna do this soon. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Gutierrez also retweeted a news release Thursday detailing Mexico's request to the UNHCR. We welcome the government of Mexico's statement that they will seek cooperation with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees to address immigration issues in the region, including the influx of people arriving in Mexico. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said in a statement, the United States stands ready to assist the government of Mexico and the UNHCR in this effort. Okay. An individual manages to evade the new system and travels through Mexico to eventually cross the border into the U.S. Mexico will now allow those persons to be returned to Mexico, the official told Fox News. Currently, the U.S. has had to house those people until their cases could be adjudicated before being removed to their country of origin. Okay.
It will allow them to go back to where they just traveled hundreds of miles to go back to.
At the established shelters, UN officials will vet the refugees to decide which ones have legitimate claims for refugee status, the official told Fox News. If a person or persons is determined to have a legitimate claim, they will undergo a UN process of being placed in a host country, which could ultimately be the U.S. or any other country that has an arrangement with the UNHCR, the official said. Where are they refuging from? All those discovered without a legitimate claim will be sent home, the official said, and those who don't have correct documentation will be turned away at the Mexico border. The plan was agreed on by members of Mexico President Enrique Pena Nieto's government. However, President-elect Andrés Manuel López Obrador's incoming administration has vowed not to criticize the plan, the official said. After they take office, they have agreed to work together with the U.S. to attempt to make the plan endure long-term. The caravan, which started in Honduras last week, is currently bound for the U.S. as of Thursday. A migrant shelter located in the Guatemalan side of the border with Mexico said that hundreds of migrants had reached the area, according to the Associated Press. The caravan drew the ire of President Trump earlier Thursday on Twitter, who threatened military force and a closure of U.S. southern border. He also slammed leaders in Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador for doing little to stop this large flow of people and requested that Mexico stop this onslaught. I am watching the Democrat Party led because they want open borders and existing weak laws, assault on our country by Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador. Those leaders are doing little to stop this large flow of people, including many criminals, from entering Mexico to U.S. In addition to stopping all payments to these countries, which seem to have almost no control over their population, I must, in the strongest of terms, ask Mexico to stop this onslaught. And if unable to do so, I will call up the U.S. military and close our southern border. Yeah, see. The assault on our country at our southern border, including the criminal elements and drugs pouring in, is far more important to me as president than trade or the USMCA. Hopefully Mexico will stop this onslaught at their northern border. All Democrats fault for weak laws. So it's far important.
So I think it's really weird how to get into Mexico it's really easy.
Is
Like,
it?
If you're in the United
No.
States, you can just drive through as a United States citizen.
Really?
Yeah.
But I know if you're in Central
coming
America, it's difficult.
Coming back across the border is difficult because sometimes they'll check your car and be like, "Hey, because they don't know what you're doing down in Mexico." So,
Yeah.
but what's crazy is like, if they, people throughout history have tried to escape to Mexico from the U.S. And it's like,
You mean like escape the law?
yeah, like escape the law.
Bank robbers?
Yeah, right. So it's like, I don't know. I just feel like when putting myself in that position to go all that way just to be turned back at the border and be like, no, go back to whatever crappy situation. Yeah, it probably sucks really bad. But is it really bad if all these people are coming over here every day? Is it bad?
If we allow anyone who wants into the country
Right.
to come into the country?
Is it a bad thing in your opinion?
Well,
I mean,
no. It's an awesome thing if they come and wait in line with all the other immigrants who want to be in our country.
Right.
There's a lot of people who are waiting in line to become American citizens, and they have the right.
Mm-hmm.
Our country's built on immigration, but the problem is when people start sneaking in, cutting the line, sneaking in, it causes chaos.
Right.
And it's also like pretty much insulting to anyone who's filling out the right paperwork and waiting in line like a respectable person.
This is true.
Yeah, so I think that's the actual issue that like Trump and the right has with immigration.
Right.
The left says that they're all miserable in their third world countries and that we should let them all in.
It's really crazy that a person could come over to this country with nothing, not being a citizen. They can get a job that pays them probably cash, and they're getting cash. They get a place, they get a car, they're driving it illegally, no insurance.
They're voting.
But they're doing it illegally, but they're not breaking the law when they're doing it. They're like driving perfectly. So
Yeah.
by the time they do get in an accident, like they don't have insurance or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's rates go up. It's just like it's just a big problem for everybody. Eventually it becomes a problem. Eventually you do need medical care. Eventually you need car insurance and all that stuff. So yeah, you can't do it illegally.
Well, I mean, first and foremost, you need citizenship.
Right.
Yeah. So I think it's really hilarious that the media tries twisting it all into like the right is racist, when just look at what they're saying, and they do have valid points. Like letting anyone, if you have a house and you want to help everyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't just say, all right, just come in my house. I'm going to bed. If you want to come in, doors open. That's insanity.
Yeah.
You're not going to do very well. Your house is going to be very chaotic. Or then when you have the front door and say, okay, everyone's allowed to come here. We've got beds. We've got everything. We got work for everyone. But you have to stand in a line at the front door and sign your name before you come in.
Right.
And then you have a bunch of people kicking open the basement window and climbing through there.
Or like
well, what the
scan
hell?
your
We've got a line
eyeball
right
or
here.
Fingerprint.
And these people are breaking in. Yeah, I feel like that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing against immigrants. It's a they hate the chaos of immigrants not having order.
Right, but
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not going to be able to, if a person knows they're not going to be let in across the border because they don't have any paperwork, maybe they don't even have an ID there, and they just know they're going to be turned away, then there's a chance that they're going to try to sneak in,
Yeah, but yeah, I'm just saying it's like it's nothing against them. They can go wait in line also, but sneaking in, it's going to cause them problems. It's going to cause everyone problems.
Yeah, agreed.
And no country can survive by having no borders. That's not a country. It's literally the definition of not being a country, having no borders. So, yeah, the world's in for a lot of I don't know, chaos. I don't know. See what happens. Maybe Hillary Clinton, I heard she's running for president in 2020, or it's possible. Maybe if she gets elected, we can just let everyone in regardless of anything. You know, like just get rid of our borders, and then what? I mean, it'll be great for
They'd have to
immigrants.
make all drugs legal
Why?
so that so there wouldn't be a drug trade anymore. They'd have to try to make all drugs legal,
Mexico's
which would never
looking
happen.
Mexico's looking into legalizing marijuana,
They'd have to legalize all of it,
crack.
everything.
Yeah, there'll always be a drug trade as long as you have something that's illegal.
If everybody knew they could get crack, yes, there would probably be a lot of people that would smoke crack
Yeah, I don't
every
think
day,
so.
but a lot of people would be like, "Psh, yeah, I don't want that."
I think if
It's too-
cocaine was legal, it would be used a lot in a lot of the same ways as caffeine. It would just be made into coca tea. You know, the only reason
like edible drugs, all different kinds.
edible
of
cocaine
gross.
brownies, edible cocaine brownies. No, but like I was gonna say, I don't even know what I was gonna say. Like, yeah, the reason cocaine is a powder, and that's why the reason people use it as a pure powder is because it's illegal. So in order to transport it, you don't want to have it in leaves. You know, you don't want to have 30 tons of leaves. You want to have 1 ton of cocaine. So that's why people are using powder cocaine. If it was legal, they would all be making tea out of it. It would be in the grocery stores as coca tea.
Right.
You know, you would have to drink you'd have to drink so much of it to OD. You know? And you could extract it. You can extract caffeine right now.
Do you think
but no
it
one's
would?
doing that?
Do you think that would put coffee drinks out of business if they had the other kind of?
Yeah.
Because it would work faster and better.
And euphoric.
Yeah.
You'd be happier.
Yeah.
You know, but I guess supposedly it's more addictive. I don't think cocaine's
Yeah.
addictive. I think
problem.
it's a lot similar to caffeine.
People-
Caffeine's addictive, you know?
People would be spending their whole paycheck on
No,
boxes of
No, see, that's the other thing though. Because if it's legalized, the price is going to be nothing. No one pays an arm and a leg for coffee. You know, I mean, at Starbucks maybe, but you know,
Right.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. You have anything else you want to say?
Nah.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Let us know in the comments what you thought, and check out our Patreon link if you feel like helping us. Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching.